torno no, antirata di capete necessità, caripate necessità, idea ma in campo.
Torna po Indonesia. Gimana kaya sa osi?
Enatata muna.
Jadi ba kuro de wa Malaysia. Gimana pura chupiai te po? Gimana kaya sa osi?
Muna se va.
Kaya sa osi gimana? Gimana kaya sa
Kikita
osi?
muna peminata kikita.
Pura ka daya. Ana puta pati.
Nai kivere se osi cici warra na muna chavali.
Ya.
Mikayani muna peminata, mikayani muna karipate. Muna sokay buta mikayani muna kinanjubuliata mikayani. Muna sokay buta mikayani kinanjubuliata muna peminata. Mikayani, icha harabo kiraka harabo, también también atajo y te gusta.
Dia bua bela kiraka.
Bua también ranchero me nape un día.
Namen nada hoy. Tamba hoy.
Gimana sa mamu?
Gimana timu te bu gimana ta?
Também te diata.
Mawar makini mo.
Também te diata.
Kini mo. Makini mo.
Também te diata.
Ye bua.
Também te diata. Gimana sa mamu? Também te diata. Também te diata.
Not your friend anymore. Not anybody's friend anymore.
Nubia Unubua, Steve Saint.
Didn't work.
Don't touch that too quickly. You know hurting the dog won't help.
Gimana? 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 Megamo! 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 Not this, my family! Charlie. Give me a family. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry.
Diuma was never the same after that day. The cycle of violence that her family had lived in had come around to catch her again. She began to talk about returning to her tribe so that they would know that not all foreigners kill. It wasn't very long before her family provided her the opportunity. Her sister Gimari and mother Akawa were still looking for her. And now they were desperate enough to take their chances with the foreigners, just as she had done years before.
Bien, buah. Dímate, acabo. Dímate.
¡Encontramos sus lanzas!
¿Les quiere disparar? ¿Esto es lo que quieren?
Estas mujeres están muertas, señorita. ¡Muertas!
Nosotros las regresaremos.
If Kimari and Akawa had not been women, they would have been killed. So Diuma believed that women going to her family might be shown the same mercy.
Vaya.
Eu me kira ka bua se baura ta tabura. Ada kira ka tabesi da hingarana ba.
Gira minkayani ka bua. Humada jira de bemara wadane aba unwe bua.
Ijira da jumaeta.
Mikayane wakaoba humada ide bemara. Ewarisa mua bua krincha bavaria mikayani. Druda bera moi padeva. Gima de kira kamea.
Harba ta hiru. Harba hingarat bua.
I don't like this, Mommy.
It's just a game, honey. To see who can touch the most.
Kimi ba guru de bema ba. Da gira po wa da tia betiburu.
Pode gira poia e dedaea.
Kan kita karea ka da dia.
Kimira mamura e gina kari bavaria. Muanua bua bia bua. Torarava kimira poia huma be daea. Wegongi ba kimi bahara mia betea bia buta. Wegongi ba kimi bahara sia mia betea bia buta.
Hingarawa sawa ka waburu. Wegongi mawa harabuda.
Wengongi baharasia idiote. Bubesia mia beira kajiru buta.
Ba konewa buda bedala sama bu. Wa kuidata.
Kimi warata harate ate seta. Bia buka bara mara da dirame bate seta.
Sawa pana ta nama ta ima pana ne jadi. Mande pana pena ta yo uma peda peda ta.
Na wana mumara no menani. Nanto yo mai ode.
Ma konewa peda buda la mua kuidata. Nara wena na ta pie ne pena sidara. Nia suwa super dia.
Na wana mumara be dia.
Nikayani. Anjira wena na watu ana.
Na! Munusia! Wala hingana dede! Muhuaba tasia! Wala da yume basiburu. Kare biasi moipa. Kaga baba yasi! Buen berara miasuba! Kusesa kento! Yaba wera nemo! Moipa! Moipa omahe no menani! Moipa bea bua! Daiba bea dia! Buda kira kiraka ay no menani.
Muara beakabu.
Mura basiburu. Mura da yumea.
Kanea kinimi da obezita. Taiba kinezita. Mena anjia duab.
Bedea de sesida wa dani rama wara karea we gongina. Jira mia beate. Wasada vasida. Ejubea besita. Anjira bia pena ni karea. Baritua ewarite.
Mobile sea hawa ne ngara te.
Corona para dentro, gua ba dentro.
Abe de odi anjira te. Mumara mama ya. Ode ki mo ni buru. Karaya.
Kayan. Di kay bato kurukuan mo.
Yesus sama bro.
Toto min kayan.
Yesus sama bro.
Música, Mikayan. Boa tua música. Aqui, mano. Boa tua música.
Aurea va.
Wadabi. Laura. Wadabi. Música.
Kima ne mo deo de bien ba. Ay no me nada na khasabi. Embera khajura bar de mera bia to khouda.
Kimura mumura bodoa. Nemo de ijara sita ko ngongi te deta hoita.
Ma bai uru mang de beita.
Kimo kira ta khudata. Tayu ma haure ti pa ura de ko da chume ura.
Ma bai uran ju me beuya.
Nande nemo budara mara odigare.
Sawa bua krincha booming kayan.
De dua mara kichwa. Aya wana hari mara bakarea. Kichwa para emberara.
Muchas gracias.
Mar, Katy, e Tibi. Nemo emeradas de penua. Yabuka.
No, that's boiled plantain mash and water.
Oh, I have so many stories about when I first came to visit Aunt Rachel in Wadani. Let's just say there are some things you never forget. According to Wadani tradition, as my father's oldest son, I would be responsible for avenging his death. So Aunt Rachel warned me never to appear too interested in the particulars. She herself had no idea who the actual killers were. But of course I couldn't help but wonder. That was when I first saw Minkayani. I remember feeling like I irritated him.
Nama sana embeu la kabul.
Pura saya baragarea.
Mingi? Ano menani? Ano menani na mabasida? Mingira, wina may sida.
Ako sabaw ni sida? Dai to wasida ji hirura. Tugano me asea do barra. Ibu de kai do wanya. Yesu wa berra.
Nama ina na tataita.
Aidera wea no menani. Biabua waigongi. Pura kaidu. Mandre anjia.
Masa.
Kana panua.
Tarea da irida hurubata.
Nusia panua. Waudani nesbear.
Mãe berana. Mãe bedeiuro. Andi bedai sikata. Mãe membre dei.
Peude wani sikata. Kuta wai ruara ta tarea bebita.
Are we going to run?
No, Stevie boy.
Wengongi harasi ke wa bedai da tairana.
We no kill. When Gongi say no, you no kill. Even spearing us, we no spear you. Anomanani very angry. They say we make fever. They die. Ompo they say no. We live well.
Ompori and Dawa pleaded with their family for hours. In the end, it was the Anamanani's sickness that helped her retire. In the darkness, just before dawn, they became too weak to attack.
Karebato, dairana ode sa sidata dimisi. Muemberana bien no muta kuamia ba. Etata muteta. Dia tata baito. Nera to huria. Karebadato ma. Muemberana na bien tuano. Karebadato ma muemberana bien tuano kuamia ba.
Kau.
Shell, this is Tijueno. We have an emergency. Over.
Tijueno, this is Shell. What's wrong, Rachel? Over.
Kimo and Dawa have returned with the Anomanani. All of them. They have polio. They're dying. Over.
Roger. You'll have to quarantine the village, Rachel. You read?
We read you, Frank. Tell everyone to pray.
Vete aquí, mora. Yang pia pada tasau sita.
Muamiazu. Muarazia. Kimo way. Aji kiraka. Aji miazu. Sotana katana kinaspanua.
Mikayani ichia. Areida baidea. Areida baidea.
What's he shouting?
Ichia
He's
Mikayani.
saying no food, children will
Mikayani.
die.
Mikayani. Areida baidea.
Quarantine meant we couldn't leave the village. No one could walk in with supplies. I felt trapped in a place that wasn't my home. Little did I know that Minkayani felt trapped as well. And this place was his home.
up, Rachel.
The monkeys and wild boar seem to have abandoned this part of the jungle. Thanks for the drop. Over.
This is all the medicine we have in Shell. We're bringing more down from Quito.
And we need more advice on how to keep them breathing. Maybe you could talk to Dr. Wally?
I did. You just gotta keep them moving on those teeter-totters.
But their lungs are still filling.
We'll keep you in food and medicine until the quarantine is lifted. Tell Marge Mary Lou says little Phil is fine. We're all praying for you.
Ninkayani, warara bayu bereka buah.
Bangka, bukannya lu de que minta socarajón ya. Bahana de mana.
Ni harada. Ni gira que rambianya que mo vinaga.
Nampa sokai. Nampa sokai robo e ya ba bedara. And ayume. Karaga, Karabaga, Babodo. Sokai Basiburu.
Kayane. Tidak kau ada apa itu buah?
Tapi bagaimana apa orang mendruta? Mana kebai? Wara kentumpul. Muharada buah beura. Nan mana abia buah? Buru bapa uru hundrudu marah uma. Biar tahu uma. Penelida apa itu? Karena Ambil buah kimo. Na yume. Gimana bukiraga? Na sira menara itu semua. Wabapida! Namagaudea! Nanembarayesa! Urajunajinam. Urapoya buruma.
Manto wada bayuru. Wada huma bayda ba kasiku.
After 8 weeks, the quarantine was lifted. My mother and sister and I could finally go home. The teeter-totters had stopped, and with them, the endless cycle of revenge. The Waidani had found a reason to live differently, and in the end, that seemed to be what so many of them were waiting for.
I miss you so much.
You'll just miss the manioc.
I'd like to say goodbye to Minkayani.
It's important to do what's in your heart, Stevie.
Body dua, yambre, se rude, pia uno kibria dua, chuna neburo, wawangongi, dedeji, unun, monia antara, mu zezaba, ua pia.
After I left Minkayani, I started a new life that would take me to the United States. Aunt Rachel and I kept in touch, and occasionally I'd visit in the summers. She spent the rest of her life with the Waidani. I was living with my family in Florida when I got the news that Aunt Rachel had died. It didn't come as a surprise. We had known about her cancer. And though she came from a large family in the States, she wanted to be buried with the Waidani, who she considered to be family as well. So my wife Ginny and I traveled to Ecuador to honor her request.
What are you thinking?
How do you? Way alive? Faith? Nemo harabe waye babe.
Bia nusia mutete bate seita.
Rabo nindo buberia. Mo kimara mo wazara. Tu mo penesia joba da toda naka. Akud mo awambaya. Buzara hamabu. Nemo hamabu. Dai bu embarado. Boa casa ai bumar. Amasar boa. Babe. Anjia panua guaranada. Mamina torrara guanea. Anjia o meu beui. Zocapanua irada Waldani.
Bunikia é você da Juma be da Aurora. Monesida.
Mate buru ara maudu.
Kayani said was there was something I needed to see. No other explanation was offered. And so our journey that had spanned 2 worlds, bridged the Stone Age and the 21st century, finally led us here, down the lonely Kururai River.
Avión!
Is this it? Is this what happened?
Baba Badasio. Sa waday na patatea basida. Você se vai querer bacia. Wataniraba kencha duana kinakabuya.
What? What did he see? Tell me!
Moharasio Wagungira. Drubara. Nina Dua Kiruda. Grita Sidala, era ahora. Naldeu, do Kiruda.
What? What?
Baba Muzeza. Kakua. Muzeza. Basia.
My father lost his life at the end of the spear. And it was at the end of the spear that Minkayani and I found ours. It's true that my dad and his 4 friends were not given the privilege of watching their children and grandchildren grow up. But Minkayani is a grandfather. It's the first time in Waidani history they've ever had so many grandfathers. He's not only a grandfather to his own children, he's a grandfather to mine. My dad would have liked that. Through the years, people could always identify with our loss, but they could never imagine the way that we would experience gain.
Minkai got to come to the States, and that has started these visits. He said some of the foreigners are so nice that even when you're driving, you just stop by their houses and you go to one of the openings in their walls, and he said they just open it for you and then they start giving you food, and it's already hot and it's already cooked and stuff. He said, I see those foreigners very, very well. When Minkai came back from the States the first time, he told the people that the foreigners are really big and fat because even when they go walking, they don't move their feet. They just get on the trail and the trail moves. Well, Ompore, his wife, said, oh, you're talking wild. Minkai just kept saying, that's why all the foreigners are fat. They don't walk, they don't climb, they don't make gardens. When they got to that one, Ompore she just said, well, how are they going to live then? Minkai said, they have these big food houses. And he said, there's just piles of food. First, there's these young people, and they're standing at the place where you go out and you smile as big as you can. And he said, they pretend like they're not seeing you. And then he said, then after a little while, then they look at you and they smile. And he said, when they smile, boom, you can just go and take all the food with you. And I said, well, it's kind of like that. So I just took out my credit card and I said, first you have to give them something like this. And Minkai looked at all of them, he smiled, and he said, they just give it right back to you. Ompore started griping at me. She said, Babe, what do you mean sending Minkai back here? He was so fat that whenever I'd say, Minkai, go out and bring some meat back for me, she said, he would just go out and he'd find a tree and he'd just mow.
Under a new sky, beyond all the fear, nothing familiar, but a voice spoken clear, surrounded by strangers, living with the same pain, a need to surrender, a love to regain. Two worlds collide into one new life. What once was lost, hope has found. The journey has only begun along the river, along the river. Tasting the freedom once stolen away, chasing tomorrow and changing today. Two worlds collide into one new life. What once was lost, hope has found. The journey has only begun along the river, along the river. Imagine a place that's awakened. Imagine a man what once was lost, hope has found. The journey has only begun along the river, along the river.